Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a real honor to be here as the official opposition critic for seniors to be able to speak on 233, the National Strategy for Alzheimer's Disease and Other Dementias. I'd like to particularly start by thanking the member from Niagara Falls for introducing this very important bill. And I think the secret to the success of this moving forward is his nonpartisan approach. This is not an NDP issue. This is not a Liberal government issue. This is not the official opposition Conservative Party issue. This is a Canadian issue. This is an issue that we need to work together as parliamentarians, and that's why this is moving forward, because of his nonpartisan approach. And I want to congratulate the member from Niagara Falls, a well-respected member in this House. 233 provides for the development and implementation of a national strategy for the health care of persons affected with Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. And my NDP colleague, just to divert for a moment, my understanding of what I heard her say was that people with dementia, with Alzheimer's, deserve to have assisted suicide. And I hope that's not what she meant, because people with dementia already feel bad. They may feel stigmatized, that they realize that their brain is getting a little fuzzy, they're forgetting, and it's frustrating for them, and maybe even a little bit embarrassing. And for them to think that there are people expect them to take the obvious choice, and we heard that from Dying with Dignity, Mr. Speaker, saying that it's sensible for a person with dementia laying in bed in the last year of their life with an adult diaper, the sensible thing for them to do would be to ask for assisted suicide. And that is not where Canada is. That is not dignified to expect people to leave this world because they're in a state with dementia. We need to show them dignity. We need to show them love and show them support. And only in the most extreme cases should assisted suicide be considered. If people's pain is intolerable, irremediable, that's what the court said, in extreme cases, but it should never be considered the norm. A suicide and euthanasia is a horrible loss, that somebody finds himself in that situation, and so we should never put this on to people that are suffering with dementia through Alzheimer's and any other dementia disease. Mr. Speaker, as the senior critic, I've met with the Alzheimer's Society and many other senior organizations who are very supportive of this bill. Mimi Lo-Young, the CEO of Alzheimer's Society of Canada, had this to say about C-233. She said, "We're thrilled that the parties are working together," there it is again, "to address the urgency of dementia. We all need to get behind this bill. We strongly believe that a national dementia strategy that focuses on research, prevention, and improved care is the only solution to tackling the devastating impact of this disease. We're ready to collaborate with our federal, provincial, and territorial partners to make this a reality." And so I'm really thankful for her supporting 233 and the Alzheimer's Society of Canada. According to the Society, the research that they've done, 83% of Canadians have said that they want a national dementia strategy. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to give a brief summary on the issue of dementia. And Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia are progressive, degenerative, and eventually fatal. They impair memory, judgment, and the ability to reason, think, and process information. Changes in personality and behavior also result from dementia. Currently, 747,000 Canadians have some form of dementia. This number is expected to nearly double to 1.4 million in my lifetime. 3 out of 4 Canadians, 74%, know someone who is living with dementia. As Canada's population ages, the number of Canadians diagnosed with dementia is expected to double. Research, collaboration, and partnership remain the key to finding a cure. Early diagnosis and support for treatment can lead to positive health outcomes for people with any form of dementia. Early diagnosis also has a positive impact on the family and friends who are providing care for their loved ones. The Government of Canada, in consultation with the ministers responsible for the delivery of healthcare services in each province and territory, should encourage the development of a national strategy for the care of people living with Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia. What is dementia? Dementia is a difficult disease, but it does not define the person who has it. People with dementia are people first. They can lead happy and vital lives for a long time, especially when the right care and support and understanding is in place. Timely diagnosis is very important. It opens the door to treatment and connects people with the disease and their families with helpful resources like the Alzheimer's Society. While there is no guarantee, Canadians can reduce the risk of dementia by eating a healthy diet, doing more physical activity, learning and trying new things, staying socially active, quitting smoking, and watching their vitals. While dementia is not a part of growing old, age is still the biggest risk factor. After age 65, the risk doubles every 5 years. Seniors represent the fastest growing segment of the Canadian population. Today, 1 in 6 Canadians is a senior. In 13 very quick years, it'll be 1 in 4. That's a major demographic shift. Dementia also occurs in people in their 40s and the 50s, in their most productive years. Mr. Speaker, a good question that needs to be asked and is asked, what's the impact of dementia on the families and the Canadian economy? For every person with dementia, 2 or more family members will be providing direct care. The progression of dementia varies from person to person. In some cases, it can last up to 20 years. Because of its progression, caregivers will eventually provide 24/7 care. In 2011, family caregivers spent 444 million hours, representing $11 billion of lost income and about 230,000 full-time jobs. By 2040, caregivers will be providing 1.2 billion hours of care per year. Dementia is a costly disease, draining approximately $33 billion per year from our economy. By 2040, it'll be very close to $295 billion every year. So there is a need for a strategy that includes awareness and research. It's commonly believed that dementia is a normal part of aging, and it's not. This kind of attitude means too many Canadians are diagnosed too late, and their caregivers seek help when they're in crisis mode. They still don't fully understand the causes, nor do we have a cure for dementia. Effective treatments are lacking, and there is no proven prevention. Dementia can lie dormant in the brain for up to 25 years before the symptoms appear. Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of dementia. It accounts for over 2/3 of dementia cases in Canada. So what will 233 achieve? A national strategy. The minister or delegated officials will work with representatives of the province and territories to develop and implement a comprehensive national strategy to address all aspects of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Within 2 years of passing the legislation, every year after that, the minister must prepare and report on the effectiveness of the national strategy, setting out his or her conclusions, and the national objectives need to be given priority. The report will be tabled in the House during the first days of the House's sitting after the report is complete. In closing, Mr. Speaker, there are a number of countries, Western countries, that have a national dementia strategy. It's United States, Mexico, Argentina, Belgium, Denmark, United Kingdom, Finland, France, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Norway, Switzerland, Japan, Israel, South Korea, New Zealand, Australia, and on. Mr. Speaker, it is Canada's time to have a national strategy, and I want to thank again the member for bringing this forward, and together we work as a parliament. I think we can pass this quickly. It is needed in Canada. Again, thank you to the member from Niagara.